Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am Ketchup.
And I am Mustard.
And you're watching the very first European Top 8 for the EU Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox.
That's right, we're going to see who today out of the top 8 players we have will be walking away with the chunk of that prize money, as well as those all-important placement points to see if they will be able to secure their spot in the top 16 finals for ESL, which will be going on later in July as well. So a quick rundown of what's up for grabs today. There will be weekly tournaments online, free to enter, open to anyone. So if you yourself want to get involved, do head over to esl.gg/MKX Pro League, where you too can enter these free to enter weekly tournaments. They will play through every Sunday through to top 16, where they will then get broadcast live on this channel every week as you go along. And there is $1,000 to be won every week as well, along with the grand prize of $50,000 if you do manage to make your way to the finals. But don't think that you at home, the players are not the only one that will walk away with some cool prizes today. You yourself at home on Twitch chat can win some prizes in our prediction point system. In the Twitch chat before each set, you want to simply do !predict, followed by the amount of points that you'd like to spend, followed by the player you think will win the set. You start with 10 points, so spend them wisely, and the higher you place and the more successful you are, the higher chance you have of winning a Scorpion bobblehead or a copy of the game. So it's all pretty cool. If you guys want to follow the progress on this tournament and future tournaments in terms of brackets, player placements, etc., you can follow ESL Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm on Twitter. You can follow ESL Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat on Facebook, and ESL and Mortal Kombat Community Manager on YouTube. So as I've said before, there is a weekly $1,000 to be won every week throughout the entire duration of this league. We'll have a quick look now how that's going to get broken up to the winners. First place will take home $500 every week, followed by second place with $300, and then third and fourth respectively will take home $100. But that is not all. They will get, more importantly, the placement points to see if they can guarantee a spot in the top 16 finals in Burbank, California, where the top 5 point earners across the whole league will be sent to that tournament to compete for that $50,000 prize pot. As you can see, first place will win 100 points, and the points will go all the way down until 32nd place. Speaking of Burbank in California though, some of you guys may recognize Mustard and myself. I was one of the competitors and Mustard was one of the commentators and analysts of the Fatal 8 exhibition tournament in Burbank, California. Sonic Fox pretty much dominated, regrettably, and for those that may have potentially missed that show, we've put together a little compilation video to really show what Mortal Kombat X can do on a competitive front. So, hope you guys enjoy it.
Get hyped, ladies and gentlemen. $7,500 is on the line today. We crown the champion of the Fatal 8. Let's get started.
Oh, here we go. And our first fatality of the tournament. He's getting balled in the corner, and wow. And there it is. The first brutality.
The brutality!
Can you get out of this?
Oh!
Oh! Extended! I don't believe it!
Wow!
It was a double KO. Carl now pressing in the corner. Oh, jump out, perfect time, but there's the spin!
Oh my gosh!
Wow, he makes that big adjustment that he needs to make.
All right,
okay,
that works.
starts off.
Just throw it out. Gets that bar.
Still in Thunder Guy. Okay, very insistent. Overhead, okay, let's see what he can do.
Oh! Overhead.
Still has the standing and goes for the grab. Look at all that bar he's working on still.
Here it comes.
And Tyrant seals the deal.
Oh, and a punish. It's going to be a good amount of damage for Forever King, and he's pushing him towards the corner. That's exactly what he wants.
He has to break.
Nice.
There we go.
It's getting very close here. Oh, lands neutral, and there it is.
That's it. 5-1 to Met.
Wow, Sonic Fox is on a mission.
Just needs one hit right now. Okay, Carl just needs one hit as well.
Oh my God!
Is he not going to get it? Is he not going to get it?
This is it.
That's it!
MIP!
This is exactly where Sonic Fox wants to keep him.
Oh,
wow.
Neutral air.
Safe. Oh, dashes in. This
No
could be
way.
it. And that's going to be it.
Sonic Fox!
Champion, the Fatal 8.
So as you saw there, the Fatal 8 was a global exhibition, which was the players invited were from around the world. So today we're looking at just Europe. So let's see, going into week 1, what sort of games are on the table? We've got some really interesting top 8 action on the go here. So we've got players like Sumerian, Nivek, and Foxy Grandpa, players that some of you may recognize at this point. So far in these pre-seasons, it's been pretty much UK and Greece exclusively. Obviously, Foxy winning 2 of the pre-seasons, Nivek winning the other 2. But here in the top 8, we have actually a really diverse
top 8. We have people from all over the place. Some players that you may not know, or players that we may not know that much about from NRS games in the past, but here they are in the top 8 making a name for themselves. We're going to go into our first game today, which is going to be FASOLL versus MadPropz. In terms of FASOLL, he's pretty much a really solid player in every new game that he plays. I've had the pleasure of playing against him with every new fighting game that comes out. When I play online, who do I find? FASOLL. Is he really good? Of course he is. And here he is with Mortal Kombat X, no exception, and he's ready to play in this top 8, and he wants to win that $500.
I mean, it looks like he is going to be here today. I mean, I've not seen him play this game particularly before, but his card does have Katana all over it, so I'm assuming he's going to play some Katana, but it's a question of what variation, because obviously the game's coming up on almost a month old at this point, so that's plenty of time. That's plenty of time for players to learn multiple variations, multiple characters, but we'll see if we see a sort of loyalty to their picks today, I suppose.
Alright guys and girls, we are about to kick off this next game. You have 3 minutes starting from now to make your predictions. Do you think MadPropz or FASOLL is going to win the set? It's done by Twitch chat, !prediction, followed by the points you'd like to spend, followed by the player, and if it's successful, you'll have a high chance of winning one of these cool little things. I know we're going to be going straight into the game soon. Looks like both players are ready to go.
Remember guys, pay attention to TwitchBot if you want some more information on basically how to do this prediction system. It will happen every week, and these bobbleheads are really cool and quite exclusive, so I'd recommend taking part if you can.
I've got one.
You never know.
I've got one. It's really cool.
I've got one as well. Oh, fantastic.
Snap. Cool. Looks like we're going to be good to go here. Almost, both players. But in terms of MadPropz, I mean, have we seen MadPropz play many characters in the past?
Well, I've not seen him present in the in any sort of like documented or streamed footage so far, so I'm curious to see how it's going to go, because obviously this is week 1, so a lot of players we're seeing are kind of like, you know, surprise players out of the woodwork, and today is very much the first time we'll have seen them play. Regardless how long they've been playing, if this is the first time we've seen them, then, you know, there's a lot of people watching. There's a lot to prove, especially with what's on the line.
But I think no slouch making top 8 in any tournament, especially one like this. I think I'm more excited to see if someone's going to actually be able to dethrone Nivek or Foxy. They've pretty much been the 2 dominant players in this entire league so far, and there are some players here that have made top 8 that we haven't seen make top 8 before, whether they've been waiting for the actual official, you know, the start of the proper league to begin, or whether they've just been sort of leveling up in preparation for it. And they may not have entered this ESL preseason stuff in a hope to pretty much maybe hide some tech or some strategies that you may not want people to see.
Well, exactly, that's what I was about to say. Like, I mean, there's always the option of the preseasons. They may not have been streamed directly like this, but there were still people were taking part in them. People were participating. So was it a question of, I want to save all my stuff when the league begins, when the points are on the line? Because obviously the preseasons, the money was up for grabs, but no points. So it was kind of, you know, a practice, as it were, I suppose, for a lot of players. But at the same time, the players that did take part are now used to how these tournaments run and now have that edge of they're aware of how it's going to go. Whereas if you're coming into this fresh because you wanted to hide all of your tech, or you wanted to sort of, you know, just practice that whole time, then you might find yourself lacking in experience in comparison.
I think potentially the idea of that would be potentially not make that $500 in the preseason, to almost guarantee more $500 when the season begins.
Or even $50,000.
That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, as we've mentioned here, guys, 5 Europeans over the course of this league will be sent to Burbank. That is huge for European players. Normally when it comes to tournaments for Mortal Kombat and Injustice, it's been, you know, if a European or someone like that will be at an American tournament, it's normally just 1 or 2 players. This time 5 players have a chance to come. That's big. It's a good opportunity for every player taking part. Obviously, these are tournaments that you at home can enter yourself. If you see these guys play and you think you can take them, or if you just want to take part in it yourself, have a chance to win that $500 every week, then you've got a good chance. I mean, these are free to enter. There's no reason not to if you've got an Xbox One.
Remember, guys, it's ESL.gg/MKX Pro League to find what website you can visit, because not only is that where you sign up for the tournaments, that's also where you can follow the brackets live as they go in the pre-stages as well, and also find out, you know, rules and regulations, because right now Spectral Ermac is banned along with Mournful Katana due to certain reasons, but you know, you have to pay attention to those websites and the rules to make sure you're aware of what's going on.
Looks like both players are ready to go here. FASOLL slapping us both in the face. Are you going to go Kung Lao instead of Katana and disappoint me? I like Katana. We haven't seen much Katana yet.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, sort of without saying, Foxy Grandpa has become quite known for his Kung Lao across various MK games, and Buzzsaw Kung Lao is very reminiscent to Mortal Kombat 9 Kung Lao, and the fact that it does give him access to his low hat toss.
Here we go. He's gone Kung Lao, and we actually have Bojitsu Kung Jin from MadPropz. Very much a dominant force, this character so far. Done really well in so many tournaments worldwide. We have the Mortal Kombat Cup in the UK where Kung Jin was very strong. A lot of American tournaments where Kung Jin is also very strong. We had Kung Jin players in the CIS top 8, which Cheap Eddie managed to take with Johnny Cage. And we're going to go straight in. Alternate colours as well, so it's all good. That's one thing you want to look out for here. Both players, very footsie oriented. Both characters are going to play that ground game. But Bojitsu has much more range and those true 50-50s. Buzzsaw Kung Lao does give him access to these low hat tosses, so you now have to block low. But that said, Bojitsu controls the space a bit better. Kung Lao needs to get in and be so aggressive to win.
Well, MadPropz did start things off with using his armor, the armor launcher, to interrupt the pressure, which is something both characters can do. This will be a very back and forth game, as you can see, with MadPropz, originally on the back foot, using a lot of meter here. FASOLL with the good punish on the EX spin. Will he use the environment? No, goes to the low hat, maybe goes to the setup.
I think one of the big options there was that he managed to fight his way out of the corner. When Kung Jin corners the opponent, a lovely meter burn spin. The counter poking is so strong. One of the things that Buzzsaw Lao can do is bait you into pressing a button. If I think you're pressing a button, I'm going to meter burn spin you and launch you. And that's going to go round 1 to FASOLL.
It's a question of how he's going to deal with it, really, because in round 1, it was very close, but he used a lot of meter to deal with these situations. But he's now sitting at a whiffed arrow where he gets fully punished for.
There was no punish on that double overhead, unfortunately. That's a full combo punishable double overhead from Kung Lao. Maybe he expected he was going to commit something, but here comes Kung Lao on the corner. Super pressure on the go. And here comes those low hatch shenanigans. Is he going to armor? Right as I say it, he tries to armor out of the corner, but that's a really good read from FASOLL, and he's still in the corner. This is bad for him.
FASOLL is keeping calm and collective right now. He knows he hasn't got to take any unnecessary risks, but he might do at this point because he's got such the life lead, and that will be game 1 straight to FASOLL. A very quick game. I mean, I think we're going to see fast games with fast characters, and you've got Bojitsu Kung Jin and Buzzsaw Lao. These matches are going to be quick. Like, they're all going to be very quick.
This is a game about the corner. Okay, so the wake-up system in the game is slightly different. A lot of wake-up attacks don't have invincibility. By wake-up attack, I mean doing a special move off the ground. Normally in other games, those moves have invincibility on them. Not in Mortal Kombat X. So when you're put in the corner, you're pretty much free to the opponent's mix-up. You have to guess right. So Bojitsu Kung Jin and Buzzsaw Kung Lao, both really strong corner game characters. They're going to put you in the corner and then just wreck you all day. We saw a clear-cut example there where FASOLL had him in the corner and it's just relentless. He couldn't, no room to breathe.
Well, something I noticed was when MadPropz had armor available and he had his meter so he could armor out of this, well, the pressure, I suppose, he was using it. Like, as soon as he got that bar, it was gone, just like that. But then when he found himself without meter, his defense was quite, I don't want to say fragile, but he was very on edge without meter, because obviously having meter gives you that defensive option, but hopefully just, shakes it off, goes straight into game 2.
I foresee that may have been a meter burn spin that he accidentally mistimed there, but he's going to try and keep him far away. That's one of the things Buzzsaw Kung Lao can do. The hat regenerates so quickly when tossed. He can somewhat zone in this variation. Bojitsu Kung Jin has to get in, really. But it doesn't really matter, because now here we go. MadPropz having FASOLL in the corner, and here comes Kung Jin. He tries to bait a spin, but really unsuccessful. No punish there. Oh my god, meter burn spin. He's getting so much mileage out of these meter burn spins right now. And here we go. A lot of baiting. When they're doing their blocking, they're both waiting for an armored attack, because both characters have really strong armor. But here we go. Speaking of armor, he blows it straight through with the meter burn spin there.
I don't think there's been a point in this match where MadPropz has had more than a bar of meter and it's outside of the first hit, but he does manage to take the first round by using it that aggressively.
I mean, the thing is, Kung Jin can get 37% in this variation meterless. He doesn't really use his meter on combo damage, so he can save it on other things. That's no punish on the spin! Oh my days!
He can't. Again, if Kung Jin has that damage available, this the Kung Lao spin is a staple move to punish in Mortal Kombat. He can punish it harder than most of the cast. You want to make sure you're getting that damage whenever you can.
Dive kick also full combo punishable. A lot of players, I think they're kind of feeling each other out. But here comes these overhead low hat shenanigans. Good bait on the armor, but he actually hasn't got the hat available, so he can't really punish it strongly. But he has a hat back now, so that's all good to go.
It looks like MadPropz is playing on a lot of reads. He's not hit confirming as much, even though he is doing it sometimes. He's not doing it every time. And
hard reads.
But he's doing a lot of some really risky dive kicks and arm interruptions. So he's playing a lot on hard reads. He wants to just outsmart the other guy by just thinking, I know what you're going to do. Here's my answer to it. But unfortunately, he's just incorrect a few other times, and it's costing quite a lot of life, but he is still 1 round away from taking game 2 here.
I think one of the issues is that, as you mentioned, he's always only on a bar of meter. The second he gets a bar, he'll spend it, like right there. So the second he gets a bar, he tries to spend it. Unfortunately now, if you get tagged by something, because he's so free with it, he's spending it so freely, he has nothing to break and he has nothing to defend himself with. And here comes those low hat shenanigans once more. As you've seen, guys, this is pretty much 100% corner pressure from both characters.
Though MadPropz is out of the corner, but he does accidentally use that meter mid-screen. Now meterless, but he can win him with damage, and there's the EX spin!
He's just not respecting those spins, unfortunately. I mean, I think he has it in him to pull it back. He has it in him to pull it back. Kung Jin is a character that can make these comebacks.
Well, they're close rounds. That's the thing. They're very close rounds. So if you get to that point that you don't get completely destroyed, then it doesn't matter if you're 2-0 down. If you could have won either game, then just shake it off and move on to the next one like that.
The reality is, although the meter burn spin is a threat, if he thinks you're going to press a button, a meter button spin's going to come. But if you read that, if you know he's going to meter button spin to try and counter poke you, just block it, and you get a full combo. As we mentioned, Kung Jin, Bojitsu getting 37% meterless damage over the 40s with one single bar. So if he ever gets a good read and a good scout on these meter burn spins, not only is FASOLL going to lose the bar from those spins, but he's going to get full combo punished.
Well, something that Lau has over Kung Jin in this match is if it's armor versus armor, be it an attack that can blow through an attack versus an attack that can blow through an attack, Kung Lao's meter burn spin, especially in Buzzsaw, hits multiple times.
Exactly.
So if they collide armor, Kung Lao's going to win that every time because Kung Lao will take the hit from Kung Jin. His spin will hit multiple times, and he'll just blow straight through it.
Here we go, though. MadPropz going for a character change. He's gone for Raiden. He's gone. I think it's Thunder God as well. He's gone for Raiden. Raiden, another very strong character. He also has 50-50s. They chew through a lot of armor because of the rapid hitting. Has he gone Thunder God? Let's check the variation. Yeah, Thunder God. Okay, so let's see if FASOLL can pull this through.
Something worth pointing out in this match is MadPropz going Raiden, especially in this variation. Thunder God Raiden has an incredible meter build. So if FASOLL does block a lot, he's going to find himself with a lot more meter than he had with Kung Jin, which, if he's willing to spend it as he's shown us, then that will be really good for him.
But here comes that relentless Kung Lao pressure. Once again, MadPropz in the corner. Lovely grab. He's going to keep him there, I think. He'll keep him in the corner. That's a good call. Is a wake-up attack going to come? He does corner himself. That is one of the things that some players do. They go for the pressure and they put themselves in the corner, but that wasn't really an issue because now here is FASOLL on match point.
But at the same time, that might be why FASOLL decided to put himself in that situation, that he had the meter. He was always baiting the momentum change, but then bam, meter burn spin comes and just says no to that.
That's another thing that Kung Lao does really well is that jumping hat strike. Amazing hitbox on it. It's very hard to anti-air, and it's a great air-to-air tool. But this entire set has pretty much been entirely FASOLL. You can tell MadPropz is trying to get stuff going, but without meter, he can't
see
really...
a good punish.
There's no punish on that double overhead. That's pretty much one of the most punishable strings in the whole game.
Especially if you're fighting a character as powerful as Thunder God Raiden. You want to make sure that your punishes are on point. You need to make sure you're doing your homework and making sure that these moves are not going unpunished. Does manage to take FASOLL into the corner.
There's the bait. Full combo punish. He has to make this count. Oh my days. He drops it. But the chip is enough to kill, so that's not a huge issue. MadPropz living to fight another day.
He was so plus on that combo that block was guaranteed. So even though he did drop, he dropped it at the perfect point. But he does manage to take a round back. This is still his game. He can bring this one back. Neither player is sitting at any bar of meter, which means that Kung Lao is not going to have as many meter burn spins to worry about. Just decide to finish the string.
And here comes the meter build on those combo strings that Thunder God gets access to. And that's one thing the low hat does. It doesn't do damage. The low hat doesn't hurt, but it just... The counter poke, once again. Pretty much the entire set, MadPropz has not really been respecting that meter burn spin. And he's getting blown up for it.
He's catching pressing buttons in between the strings.
This is hard to pull back from. Oh my god, he jumped over it. Oh my god, we're so nearly done.
No.
We're so nearly done. He's living. He's living. He's living. He's fighting. And he gets spat out. Meter burn spin. What a fitting way to end that set. What a fitting way. Meter burn spin.
Does unfortunately whiff the uppercut and finish him, so it wasn't quite as an exclamation mark as he wanted it to be. But that is a 3-0 set. That is a 3-0 set right there. That is a relentless Buzzsaw Kung Lao. I mean, he took out Bojitsu Kung Jin and Thunder God Raiden.
Two of the strongest characters.
Two very strong characters in this game. So if he can start things off strong like that, guaranteeing himself a minimum of 4th place. So FASOLL has now guaranteed himself at least $100 for just that win alone. And that was a 3-0 set. Very, very powerful play from FASOLL. But, well played to MadPropz. MadPropz receives MadPropz.
Good joke. Good joke, Mustard. But anyway, I think the thing about that was what a fitting way to end the set on a meter burn spin. A very powerful tool in the game, and it's just something that MadPropz didn't really respect at all. But the thing is, the one round he had it pulled back with Raiden was when he blocked the wake-up meter burn spin.
That's what turned it. That is the one play that turned the whole match. But at the same time, it's all well and good saying, if he's got meter, respect the spin. But as soon as Kung Lao thinks you're going to start respecting the meter burn spin after a low hat, and he thinks you're just going to block, that's going to open up so much more potential for him. So he's just going to build. He's just going to throw more hats at you. Yep. He's going to build loads more meter. He's going to mix it up, basically.
Go for a grab.
And he's going to know that he can do more than just spin after
that. The threat of the spin is enough, let alone the move itself. The threat that it exists is enough. But that was really good. FASOLL's going to be moving forward. But again, MadPropz making top 8. I mean, that's not an easy feat. Huge congratulations to him. But we're going to be setting up the next match now, guys. I'm going to be going to a short break. Don't go anywhere.
See you later.
Peggy 18.